Everybody on YouTube and social cam. How you guys doing? My name is Rob with Tech Savvy, and today's rant video we're going to talk about Kyocera and not updating their devices. So while you're probably getting back home from having a day at the beach with friends or at the lake, enjoying your Labor Day weekend, I decided I would do this rant video on my spare time. So let's just get into it. Kyocera. And one of the things that I don't like about Kyocera is that it does not update their device. Other brands like Samsung, LG, HTC, Motorola, their flagship devices most definitely get updated to the next version of Android. But when you look at Kyocera, they have a track record of either 1 to 0 updates for any of their devices, and it's a huge problem. And I think Kyocera really needs to open their eyes about this. So we're pushing the boundary of October, and everyone knows already that around this time the next version of Android is going to be coming out sometime in the end of October, beginning November. And the next version is Android L, also known as Android 5.0 Lemon Meringue. So with the preview out, people are just getting teased even more about what the next version of Android is going to look like. And it irritates people. One of the biggest reasons why the Nexus brand sells so much, and when the whole rumor of the Nexus brand was going to die pissed a lot of people off, was because while Nexus was meant as a developer edition device for developers to use to develop applications, it just out of nowhere became the device to buy if you want a device that is going to be at least three or four updates in its lifespan. And that's what most people gobbled up out of Nexus, was like, if they bought a Nexus phone, they can deal with the crappy camera, they can deal with the slightly not so well battery, only because they know that when the next version of Android comes out, but before the month has passed, they are going to get an update on their device. And people buy Google Play editions because they want that flagship device from Samsung, but they also want the capabilities of a Nexus device. And because of that very reason, that they're going to get it, because it's going to have the best of both worlds. So besides that, people will go with flagship devices because even though they're not going to get updates as the Google Play editions or the Nexus devices, they are still going to get updates because they are flagships, they are very popular, and people are going to drop dollars on them. So of course they got to keep it up to date. Kyocera has a Hydro line, and to me, the Hydro is a flagship line for Kyocera. What I don't understand is why they're not focusing with their software development team to produce updates for their devices. Especially now recently when they've pumped out devices like the Hydro Icon, the Hydro Vive, the Hydro Life, the Hydro Extreme, and even older devices as the Hydro Edge. These devices should be getting updates, if not put out on the most current version of Android. And that seems to be every consumer's upsetting thought when they think about Kyocera after they've bought it, and they look at their friends walking around with a Samsung Galaxy S4, and that person's getting Kit Kat, and they're looking at their Hydro Icon. They're like, well, I'm on Jelly Bean. You can't surf the internet and find any definite timing when they're going to actually update these devices. And what's even worse is that if you want to rely on an outsourced developer, like you want to work with a custom ROM, there are none. They are none because most of the devices are locked down, and because of the agreements between Kyocera and carriers, especially with MVNOs, the agreement is to lock the bootloader. And so when you try to call into Kyocera or write an email or chat with a live rep from Kyocera, and they are playing dumb with you that they can't unlock the bootloader, it's because they're bound by contract that they can't. So really, consumers of Kyocera really lose out a lot. You can't go to a custom ROM and get the most current version of Android, and you can't rely on the manufacturer to actually start developing. So that really pisses off a lot of consumers, and that's the reason why Kyocera is not as highly thought of as Samsung, LG, or HTC. So if I could actually give a word of advice to Kyocera, that's get your head out of the clouds, because your Hydro phones are amazing. You're just not giving any updates for it, and that's what's causing people to choose Samsung, HTC, Motorola, LG over your phones. So that's pretty much it for my rant video, you guys. And if you guys have any more you guys want to add on to what my little spiel was, go ahead and leave that in the comment section of this video, because I enjoy to read what you guys have to say. And if you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up because it helps me out. It lets me know that I'm doing something you guys like. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe for more content like this and other stuff that I have on my video list on YouTube and Social Cam. Follow on Social Cam if that's where you're watching this from. Subscribe on YouTube. And again, my name is Rob with Tech Savvy. Thanks for watching this video, and you guys have an awesome Labor Day weekend. Peace.